The elevator doors slid open on the 42nd floor, and Emma felt her stomach tighten. This was her third week at Hartwell Industries, a glass and steel giant where everyone walked fast, spoke softly, and carried their confidence like a tailored suit. Emma did neither. She clutched her notebook, balanced a cardboard tray with 2 coffees, and silently reminded herself not to trip. One coffee was for her manager. The other, she had just found out, was for the CEO himself. She didn't know what terrified her more, the fact that she was carrying coffee toward the most powerful man in the building, or the whisper she'd overheard in the elevator. "That's him. He never smiles." The hallway was quiet, carpet swallowing her steps. At the far end, a glass door stood open. Inside, a tall man in a dark suit stood by the window, phone in hand, city stretched beneath him like a kingdom. This was Daniel Hartwell. Founder. CEO. Legend. Emma took a breath and stepped forward. That's when it happened. Her heel caught the edge of the carpet. Time slowed. The tray tilted. The cup lurched. Hot coffee spilled forward in a perfect, terrible arc, straight onto the CEO's immaculate white shirt. The cup hit the floor. Coffee splashed everywhere. Silence crashed down. Emma's mind went blank. I'm so sorry," she blurted, words tumbling over each other. "I didn't mean, I can clean it, I'll get towels, She stopped. Her hands were shaking. This was it. She had heard the stories. People got fired for less. She imagined the email already drafted, her name disappearing from the system before lunch. Daniel Hartwell slowly turned around. He looked at the stain spreading across his shirt. Then at Emma. The room felt unbearably small. She waited for anger. For shouting. For humiliation. Instead, he smiled. Not a polite smile. Not a forced one. A real smile, soft, almost amused. "Well," he said calmly, "I guess that's one way to start a conversation." Emma blinked. I ruined your shirt." He glanced down again. "It's just fabric. You look more shaken than I am. Are you okay?" That question, "Are you okay?" hit her harder than any reprimand could have. Her throat tightened. "I'm fine," she lied. Daniel picked up the fallen cup and placed it upright. "You're new here, right?" "Yes. I mean, third week." "Emma," he read from her badge. "Welcome to Hartwell Industries, Emma." "Let me guess. First big corporate job?" She nodded, surprised he could read her so easily. "I spilled coffee on my first day too," he said casually. Her eyes widened. "You did?" "On a client," he replied. "Worth more than this entire building. I thought my career was over." "What happened?" They laughed. "And then they listened to me. That meeting changed my life." Emma didn't know what to say. Daniel took off his jacket. "Accidents don't define people. How they react to them does." Just then, her manager rushed in, panic written all over his face. "Sir, I'm so sorry, she didn't mean." Daniel raised a hand. "It's fine. Actually," he said, turning to Emma, "I was about to make myself another coffee. Care to join me?" Her manager stared. Emma thought she might faint. In the break room, Daniel poured coffee like it was the most normal thing in the world. He asked Emma about her background. She told him about her student loans, her late nights, her fear of not being good enough. He listened, really listened, without checking his phone. "You know," he said after a pause, "this company doesn't need more perfect people. It needs honest ones. People who care." Emma swallowed. "I care. I just make mistakes." "So do I," he replied. Daily. That afternoon, an email went out, not about a firing, but about culture. About kindness. About remembering there are humans behind the job titles. Weeks passed. Then months. Emma grew more confident. She spoke up in meetings. She stopped apologizing for existing. And one day, she was called into the same office again. This time, her hands didn't shake. Daniel smiled as she entered. "I've been watching your work," he said. "You see things others don't. I want you on a new project. Directly with me." Emma felt tears burn her eyes. Not because of the opportunity, but because someone had seen her. As she left the office, she passed the spot where the coffee had spilled months ago. The carpet had been cleaned. The stain was gone. But the moment remained. Sometimes, life doesn't change because we're perfect. It changes because someone chooses grace over anger. Understanding over power. Humanity over hierarchy.